It's one of the most coveted beers in the world. Trappist beer brewed behind abbey walls. Scourmont Abbey is located in the south of Belgium, close to the village Chimay, which is also the namesake for Scourmont's famous beer, officially known as the Christian Order of Cistercians of the Strict Observance. The monks are also called Trappists. They have been living here for around 170 years and have been making the Chimay beer ever since. But today, the monks don't brew it themselves anymore.
La relation entre la brasserie et la communauté se limite, je dirais, au niveau des conseils d'administration, où les moines sont présents, où sont toujours les moines qui, pour les grandes décisions, je vais dire les décisions qui engagent la brasserie, ce sont quand même les moines qui vont donner le la.
The brewery is still located within the monastery walls, and the Chimay beer is still brewed according to the traditional recipe and quality standards of the monks by employees, explains brand manager Fabrice Bourdon.
Les trésors de notre recette de nos bières trappistes de Chimay, ce sont notre eau de nos puits et la levure isolée par le père Théodore en 1948. C'est vraiment le secret de notre recette, de nos bières. C'est pour cela qu'on ne sait pas les reproduire ailleurs, parce que si on n'utilise pas cette eau-là et cette levure-là, on n'arrivera pas au même résultat.
The yeast gets working in these tubs. The first step of fermentation takes 4 days, turning the sugar into alcohol. Then, the beer is left to sit for 10 days before it goes through another phase of fermentation, this time for 3 weeks in a bottle. The monastery produces enough beer for about 55 million bottles per year. Most Trappist beers can be bought in stores like this one in Brussels. Only around a dozen monasteries around the world brew this specialty. Jeff Vandenstein has visited them all and written a book about the monasteries and their beer. He knows all the secrets that make Trappist beer so special.
They brew still today the old traditional way, of course with modern equipment, with modern installation, but still the same way as it was before. They give the beer the time to ferment, the time to lager, the time to re-ferment in the bottle, so the second fermentation in the bottle.
So how can you recognize an authentic Trappist beer?
This little label is very important. That's the difference between the Abbey ale and the Trappist. That's the proof this is the right one.
Taste-wise, Trappist beer is different from regular beers too.
Well, it's not sweet. It's important. It's not sweet. It was never sweet. You have a little bit hoppiness, a little bit, but most important is malt. You taste the malt with that little touch of coffee too, but only little.
The second fermentation process in the bottle requires a lot of time and space, says beer expert Jeff, and monasteries usually have plenty of time and space. But life at Scourmont Abbey doesn't only revolve around beer, says its abbot, Damian Debassieux.
Ici, vous êtes dans un monastère. La raison d'être de ce lieu, c'est la vie monastique. C'est l'église qui est le centre du monastère, c'est pas la brasserie. Donc c'est un monastère où il y a une brasserie qui nous permet de vivre économiquement et qui nous permet d'avoir un certain nombre d'actions autour de nous, et c'est très bien.
Keeping in line with Trappist rules, the proceeds are used to cover maintenance and living expenses, and whatever remains is donated to charity. But the abbot reveals that every once in a while, especially on religious holidays, the monks might have a beer themselves too.